I'm Andrei Gushin. I'm chair of Venture Lab, and it's good to have you here. Um, Tonight, you will have an opportunity to meet 6 leading incubators and accelerators, and this opportunity doesn't come around often. Venture Lab is sponsored by Microsoft BizSpark, and we have Representative Christopher today in the panel.
Thank you, Andre. Let me introduce our great panel we have. We've got very well known in the Seattle community and very active as well. We've got Andy Sack, the Executive Director of Techstars Seattle, right over here. Christopher Griffin, as Andre mentioned, we're here from Microsoft BizSpark. Elsa Kronquist, the Managing Director of McKinstry's Innovation Center. John Jerome with Venture Velocity. John Overby, who's here from CIRTI. And of course, Mike Krill, the Managing Director of Atlas Accelerator. So as far as our agenda tonight, what we'll start with are some brief presentations from the panelists themselves, talking a little bit about what their incubator provides to the entrepreneurs, how they support them, the types of services they have, followed by a brief panel discussion where we've prepared some questions and answers for them to get their insights into this critical space. And then we'll open up the mic so that you have your opportunity to ask them questions, generally in the second hour of the event. So with that, we'll start off with Andy. If you could start off with your presentation of Techstars Seattle, that'd be great.
My name is Andy Sack, and I will tell you, I have multiple hats. I am the Executive Director of Techstars Seattle. I'm a Managing Partner of Founders Co-op, a super angel fund here in Seattle. And I also am Chairman and CEO of Revenue Loan, also an investment vehicle located here in Seattle. The results here speak for themselves. In general, of a class of 10, about a little over 60% actually get funding of approximately $500,000 in a Series A financing. The financing generally comes from angel investors, although lately institutional investors have been participating in a number of the rounds. And the results have been nothing short of astounding. There's been 40 companies that have gone through, 60% have been funded. I think there have been 4 that have gone out of business. There have been 5 or 6 that are acquired. There was one recently, so it's all online. You can just go to the results page and it speaks for itself. And when I say it speaks for itself, given that you're starting with two or 3 people and an idea, for the kind of funding rate and success rate, something is working about the program.
So next up from Microsoft BizSpark, we'll have Christopher Griffin.
I'm Christopher. Thank you guys for coming out this evening. BizSpark is a come one, come all, more or less program designed to really lower the economic barrier to our tools and technologies, provide people with beta bits and access like that. We focus on sort of software support and visibility for our 35,000 startups or so and growing that are in the program. And we've been able to scale the program worldwide through network partners like MIT Forum, like InWin here in town, like guys like Dave here at Great Harvest, who can provide sort of the key to unlock the door into the BizSpark program. So we scale through our partners. They're our proxy. They vet the companies based on very minimal criteria, less than 3 years old, under $1 million run rate and revenue, and privately held. That's about as low a bar as you can get.
From McKinstry, we've got Elsa Kronquist, the Managing Director for the Innovation Center there, who will tell us all about what they're doing.
So McKinstry is a 50-year-old Seattle-based mechanical contractor. We design, build, manage, monitor, and maintain energy systems for commercial and industrial buildings and facilities. And it's through this integrated delivery that we're able to guarantee energy savings and cost savings to our clients. Our mission is to foster the commercialization of startup companies, developing new technologies, products, and services within the clean energy and renewable energy sector that will ultimately eliminate energy waste in our environment. This is our ongoing commitment to the clean energy economy. The center is committed to finding and accelerating now technologies, and that's technologies that are ready to go to market and make difference in how our energy is consumed in this economy.
Next up, we have John Jerome from Venture Velocity.
Incubators are very different. Everyone has its own unique profile, as you've seen already tonight. The real reason is, why do you incubate? The challenge here is, historically, a company that has gone through incubation, 87% of them continue to graduate and stay in business. Starting a company is not easy. When you get out there, it takes a lot of effort, it takes a lot of knowledge, it takes a lot of experience, and typically it takes a lot of money. And I don't know about you, but not a lot of people have all that background and that experience to go ahead and start their own company.
Next up, from CERTI, we've got John Overby, who will tell us all about what they're doing.
CERTI is a small Washington State economic development agency. We're based in Spokane, and our clients are across the eastern side of the state and even tip over into the state of Idaho. All of our clients have to be technology-based. If they're not, we refer them to the SBDCs. But if they're tech-based with their ideas, our mission is to help fertilize that idea and help them start their companies, grow them, and grow them in an accelerated manner, and create a lot of jobs in our side of the state. So we've been around for about 15 years.
Our last speaker, or last presenter at this point in time, cleaning up for us tonight, Mike Krill from Atlas Accelerator.
So we've been around for 15 years. We're the oldest venture accelerator in the country. We've made it through the dot-com crash, and we're making it through this recession as well. Basically, we invest by working for stock. Our focus is enterprise software, but we're very comfortable with material science, from ceramics to polymers to industrial products as well. We take our relationships with angel investors very seriously. As partners in the business, we never take a penny out of this company. In 15 years, I've never been paid. Make all of our money on the exits. We never take a success fee. So when we talk to an angel investor about a company we're working with, we can tell them, this business needs $500K. We can't do it all. We'd like you to invest with us. We're not going to take your cash, and we're not taking a success fee. It just needs more money that we can put in. Angel investors bring deals to us in exactly the same concept, where they're investing in a company, but they can't do the whole round. Those relationships are very important to us. We're transparent about the way we work, and we work very closely with all of the angel groups in town, of which we're members. I'm also on the screening committee for the Band of Angels of Palo Alto and the Alliance of Angels up here. Companies only do three things. They make stuff, they sell stuff, and they operate themselves, and we do all of that. We have 38 people on staff, and we have everyone from tax accountants to controllers to human resources to recruiters, program managers, QA testers, web developers. I'm not sure if I missed any of those. Inside sales, lead gen, biz dev, public relations. Whatever a company needs, we can do it, and we can do that for equity to help extend your runway. So that's what we do. I'll look forward to the Q&A.
I'm curious, with all your cumulative experience in the startup community, what really do you see as the environment and the role for the incubators in our local startup community?
One thing I saw from everybody is this group is helping to get entrepreneurs ready for their first funding, whether it's angel funding or otherwise. And that, I think, is one thing that we're all in the business of doing.
So now that we know what you all do and what you can do for us, what are the few things that you look for? I mean, what distinguishes a particular entrepreneur or an opportunity for you? I know, Mike, you mentioned that you look at the sales opportunity and get that enthusiasm. For each of your organizations, what do you look for to do that when you go into the selection process, so that you can kind of choose all of our people out here in the audience?
One of the things we look for is this team, the coachability. We've got a lot of experience. They don't have to use it all. That's fine. But if they never use any of it, and we think they're going to get in trouble, they're not coachable. And if we can't get that turned around, then we don't put our hearts in it anymore. We work hard, but coachability. Not everybody is coachable.
What's wrong, though, with the team is the guy who's not the right guy, and some of you are not the right guy out there, but you won't step aside. You will kill your business, and your investors will hate you for it. We've had this happen to us, and I've seen it many times. You need to think about why you're doing this. You need to be doing this to make money, because that's what investors have in mind. If you're doing this for your ego, And if you have any inkling that you're not willing to step aside when enough people around you tap you on the shoulder and tell you it's time, don't take somebody else's time, don't take someone else's money, because you're just going to piss them off.
Okay, thank you. It's nice to get everybody's different perspectives, and of course, to Mike's point, make sure you put Venture Lab on your calendar. We'll help you with all that. Now, given that you've got an audience full of people who are trying to start business and that kind of thing, what's the one or two elements that you guys find are either the common thread that you always have to have that discussion with the entrepreneur, or the elements that are maybe a little bit touchy, or the difficult discussions? Educate us all, so we'll do our homework before we come to you.
Where do you start?
I mean, I think it varies company to company. Probably we start with a technical bent, like, so everyone's gonna have a different answer to this, but we start with a technical bent, meaning the founders have at least one or two engineers, and then if they have a business person, but ultimately it comes, like, in general, it's not about the technology, and it's not, like, the team ultimately is the execution, so team is critical, but markets win. So marketing and sales is what it's all about, and for a 2 or 3 person team to market and sell and build a product, it's hard. There's too much to do, too little time, not enough people, and markets win. So that's, understanding and focusing in on market. It's too easy to go. I hear teams often go, "Oh, the market will tell us," and I'm like, "No, the market will tell you, but you got to have a hypothesis."
And then, of course, from your business, and you're all in the business of incubating other businesses, trying to create those. What do you consider to be success? How do you measure success with your group? And essentially, what's a good exit for you? What are you looking for, and where does it go from here?
Ours is a little different than others here that have a financial incentive. We have no financial incentive, so we're after companies that can get started and that we believe will be sustainable at whatever size they have decided they want to be, and create permanent jobs in our region. So it's a little different than the upside in the financial, I think. Now, what are the ones we're most proud of are the ones that get financed by folks like you see here and spend the money wisely and grow rapidly, and those are really fun, because it's fun. But success can be small too.
For us, and Michael said it, it really is return on the investment. Return to the investors. That's how we gauge success.
With respect to all this, I'm sorry, we got a question right here.
How do you guys think of Seattle in terms of its entrepreneurial culture?
Well, we have portfolio companies from Boston to LA to Seattle, and in fact, I just got back from the Bay Area, and Seattle rocks. The entrepreneurs here are much more real. The douchebag quotient is much lower. I really enjoy working with the Seattle entrepreneurs. I find that the initial meetings are much more forthright and productive. Sorry, you should be home in bed anyway, not listening. And likewise, the angel community. Everything's just much more real. There are other areas that are like that as well, but most of those other areas aren't quite as mature. If you look at Portland or Boise, they're smaller. They don't have a lot of the infrastructure that we've been able to create here. I honestly, I'm just a huge fan. I think it's a wonderful town to start a business, and we do a fair amount of work outside of Seattle side. And we started in Southern California, so we're very well established in the LA area. So I think I've got some basis to come from on that.
Well, thank you all for coming. Thank you to our panel up here. Very good discussion. Andre, do you have some events coverage? Or appreciate you all coming. Look for the upcoming Smart Grid program, and of course the demo event and our event in February.